Hola, y'all. We are leaving Canal Campground, and when we were trying to find the spots that we wanted to stay at, looking at a map, of course we couldn't see very well, so we've decided that we're going to drive around the entire campground and give you just a little tour, so that if you want to come and camp here, then you can at least know what each loop looks like and what your views will be and how close the sites are when you come. So here we go. We just now are passing, you can kind of see it there behind us. That is the check-in center. We've got all of our stuff in there, and we are now turning left right past the check-in center, and these are where the primitive spots are, but they're really not that primitive. They actually have water and electric at the site. So here we go. So you will turn left at the visitor center, then turn left as soon as you come to the first loop for these sites. These are starting with number 1 right here. That's site 2. Nothing over here on the right, but you've just got some that you'll back up into here. They all have concrete picnic tables and fire pits for you, and a nice flat place for either a canopy to put up or a tent to put up. Several of them, this one right here is number 4, are pull through, which are kind of nice if you're not great at backing up your camper. Over here on the right side, you'll see some that are starting to look at some of the water. The water levels are down right now, so it's not the greatest, but here we go. There's the you'll see people with campers and tents alike come here and enjoy it. This side just backs up to woods, so there will be nothing behind you. There is a road back there behind some of the trees, but a lot more privacy on this right side. These are like 12, 13, 15 area. Here is the bathhouse. There, I know in the girls there was 3 toilets and 2 shower stalls, so probably close to equivalent in the boys, but I didn't go in there. If you need to be right smack dab beside it, that is slot 14. Another pull through, which is kind of nice. Got some backups. This is 19. That's where we stayed last night at that one. We enjoyed it. And we are coming out of the primitive loop. This one on the right is 20, but I do believe that's people who stay there to work here. So these are sites 21 through 35. They're called Fisherman's Row. Right there in the front where you see that boat, that is the boat dock. So you're really close to the boat dock if you are interested in fishing or having your boat here. So these back up to the water as well. If you can see over there to the right, the water, not much land, but if you're just staying in your camper, it's okay. And it is very pretty in the summer, I'm sure, with all that water to sit out there. The left side, which are, well, they don't do even and odd across from each other. They're just randomly numbered. So that side away from the water is just backed up to the road. The right side of the loop as you go through it, close to the water, is nice. Alright, so then we're coming up out of that loop, and the bathhouse for this loop is right here across from the main road. So that's where we came from, was up that way. We're coming this way. We passed the bathhouse with it just right past on the road, and you have a little walking bridge that will bring you over to that bathhouse. Now we've turned left and we're going further up towards Nash Flats. And this is the boat ramp. There is one random campsite right there. It's the only one down here. It's kind of funny. You can get that one campsite down here at the boat dock, or the boat ramp, I mean. Lots of spots, lots of slips to leave your boats and trailers parked. This lake handles some bigger boats for sure. Got a good turnaround, nice slope, 2 lanes to go, and we got a couple of docks and piers over there. So right past the boat ramp is this area called Nash Flats. It is also where there's a place called Browns Point. This Nash Flats right here, and so either to the right is Nash Flats, to the left is Browns Point, and the numbers. Nash Flats is literally just a parking lot with campsites. It's kind of different. I have not seen one of these at a campground before. Let me know if you've seen something like this. But this would be great for like groups who all want to be here together. But it is just the parking lot and campsites around it, and then there is a big shelter house here. And some ways to get down onto the water and look at it. Little pier down there. Okay, so we turned around in Nash Flats parking lot. We're coming back up here and we're turning right to go up to Browns Point, which is just another little loop. Right here on the right is 85 and 86 to start out with. And there's a bathhouse right in the middle of this little circle, which would serve for Nash Flats and Browns Point. This point, as you get up through here, is all the ones that are on the water. So these spots are a little closer. I'm sure they're trying to get as many as they can in small spaces because these sites cost a little bit more on the water. So there's like 92. '93, '94. So all of these are just a little loop that circles around. There's some of the hookups. It looks like they have sewer hookup over here in addition to the water and electric. But again, even the primitive sites had water and electric, so that's pretty good. And it's just an open spot. Circling back around, coming out. That was our first spot, 85. We just made a big circle. And there is the boat ramp that we were at just a second ago. It has a different entrance, but you can see it from here. And so now we're going to go back up toward the visitor center and take a left out of here and go to the other road full of campsites. Okay, so we're coming out of the one loop. This is the park attendant, where you check in center right there. You come in to the park from that road and you come straight into this. So if you keep going straight, once you pass the check-in cabin or the check-in station, this is where you will be going. Quiet zone 10 to 10. This is sites 36 through 52 Woods Loop. Alright, our first site right here on the left is 36, just to kind of tell you where we are. Back here, but the sites are pretty big. It looks like there's several cars parked at a bunch of them. They've got water as well. Site 41 right here, just to kind of keep you on track where we're at. 42 and 43 on that side. These are kind of back in the woods, pretty nice, but these are pretty wide campsites. graveled, flat, pretty good. And then these here, this is site 48. You do have a water view. It's kind of down through there. You have to have a little bit of a walk, but these here, you can at least see the water. 48, 50. But there's woods as well. The sites are a good amount apart from each other. They're not right on top of each other. So now we're coming back up to the main road and we're gonna keep going down this loop. Okay, so now we're coming up to sites 53 through 56 and it's called the Beach Loop. And you will turn right at the bathhouse for this loop, right here at the main road. All right, that is 53 on the left. 54 on the right, starting out. So this does come down. It is surrounded, or not surrounded, but it surrounds the water as lakefront down here. The beach, you can't hardly see it, is right there between those two sides. You can see that there is a beach area down there. So if you want to be close to the beach, these are the sites to get. Again, the water's down right now. It's not as pretty, but in the summer, that'd be a great place if you like to be at the beach. All right, that's site 62, just to give you reference. It's definitely a dog-friendly campground. Lots of people bring their dogs and walk around all over the place. All right. Okay, so we're coming to the end of the straight strip here, and you'll have to turn to the left. These are sites 68 through 83, called the Hill Loop. And we did come up a little hill to get here, so. These are lakefront on the right side. There's some extra parking here in case there's not enough parking at your site. Looks like there's probably about 20 parking spots up here at the top. And then they have lakefront spots. This one right here is number 68 with the fencing around it. Very pretty. These sites aren't quite as close as the other waterfront loop was. There we go. So this is site 73. And again, they have a little flat area with like the railing. 74. 75. Circles all the way around. So if you want lakefront, the Hill Loop is a great place. Over here, there is lots of little. And then this also backs up to the beach that I was showing you earlier. So if you like the beach, 78, 79 would be some good spots to have lakefront and beach access, as would this one, which is, I'll tell you in a second. I think it is like 80, 79 or 80. That camper is in 80, so. Here we go, and we are coming back out of this. This is into the road, so then we will just turn right and head back toward the check-in visitor center to exit. Okay, so we're starting here at the park attendant station. Again, if somebody's not there, I believe you can come over here. I believe they live there, to be truthful. And you're coming straight from the check-in center. To the left is the first set of campsites that way, and over here to the right is also 111 through 117 Canal View. Go back through here. Sorry, that light's killing the video. These are some pretty big open spots back here. I kind of like them. And you have water view. You're not necessarily on the lake, but you can see the lake pretty dang good. That's very pretty. And then we have this section back here. We came and drove through it. You'll see it says Volunteer Village, but this is not on the map. So if you're looking at the map, you are not going to see this. There's like a little loop, but it doesn't have any campsites listed. So I don't know if you can rent these back here, or if it is something other people volunteer and they let them stay here for free. idea as I drop the phone. I have no idea what these sites back here are for. They're not numbered, but they're really big campsites. But it's called Volunteer Village, and on the map itself, I'll even show you that. On the map itself, it's this section right here. I'm not sure, but you can see it's very pretty. Somebody out there fishing this morning. So then we're gonna go back up here to the canal loop and finish the loop. So we came in straight up that way. So instead of going straight, we could have turned left to do the canal loop. And again, those were those first sites, big sites, water across the road. You can see it, you're not on the water, but there's nothing blocking you from the water except trees. So and these are all drive-through loops. So again, if you're not good at backing up, you can drive through every one of these. They're loops, and they're right here on the water. So there's 4 loops and 3 regular sites back here on the canal loop. All right, so we are headed back out. We will come out here, turn left to exit the campground. So again, there are dumping stations. There's some recycle bins. There's dumpsters to put your trash in. They don't have trash cans at the campsites themselves. And we're coming back up to the front, to the guard shack, visitor check-in area, whatever you want to call it, the little check-in place. One thing to note, you can't bring in your own firewood right now. They are trying to keep out some diseases, and you must buy your firewood here. Other than that, it's good to go, but you can gather any firewood that's laying around the campground. You are free to do that as you want. So here we go. Great place to stay. We enjoyed it. Hope that helps you choose which site you want to use. Okay, one extra thing. This campground is in Grand Rivers, Kentucky, of course, and we are just going to show you how quickly you can get from the campground to Grand Rivers. We just left the check-in station. We're coming out this road that takes you back to the campground. There is a subdivision back here that's a private subdivision, but for the most part, it's just the campground. Some of it's right on the lake, but it is super close to town and the famous Patty's restaurant. If you've never had Patty's, look it up. It is a destination spot that people come to. There's some cute little shopping stores around it as well, but people come from far and wide to eat at Patty's Settlement Restaurant. It's 46 years old, I guess, this year maybe. I think I saw a sign that said it's 46 years old. But it is an awesome place to eat. Country, soul food, good sized portions. And you get bread served in a flower pot, which is pretty cool. I might have to insert a picture of my flower pot bread that we had last night because we ate there yesterday. So we came out of the campground, we turned right, we went probably about a mile, and we've already started into the little town area. Again, it's just a little tiny town, but it is a nice little lake town. Some restaurants, they call it the Village. Get you some ice cream. There's a little village market in case you forget stuff like we always do. You can stop there and pick up some groceries or extra little things you need. over there to the left is Patty's. And there's antique stores. This right here, this Grand Rivers Antique Mall. We went in there yesterday. They had lots of cool stuff too. And this is Patty's restaurant. All right, so there you go. Hopefully this will help you choose your spot and things that you can do when you come to Grand Rivers to Lake Barkley, Kentucky.